Another story that spark made the round yesterday was Pinnick on Arise TV. He came out to say that he's not going to go for a third term, even though he said that before. Now, a Nigerian senator put out a tweet, Shehu Sani, that he's challenging the ex Super Eagles player to come out and vie for the role of the NFF. He made mentions of the like of JJ Okocha, Wanko Kanu, Daniel Mokachi, Shegun Odegbami, and Tijani Babangida. Try to call them out and ask where are they that they should come out and vie for the post of the NFF president. I don't know if you saw that tweet from Shehu Sani.
Somebody shared it with me.
Yeah, on Twitter. He tried to make examples with Samuel Eto'o and Didier Drogba and all that. So do you think it's time for our ex-players to come out? Now Pinnick is not going to go for a third term. Do you think it's time for our ex-players to come out and take that responsibility and all that?
I try to respect our politicians because they're humans like us too, and they make mistakes. And that you're a former senator does not mean you're not ignorant. You can still be very, very ignorant. You can still be aloof of the realities of times in your...
Now, this is what he said in quotes. So the NFF elections is here again. Ex-Nigerian Super Eagles should step forward and take the mantle of football administration. Emulate Samuel Eto'o and Drogba. Where is Okocha, Nwankwo Kanu, Amokachi, Odegbami, and Babangida? With a question mark.
First off, let me state this clearly. Of all the names mentioned there is no one that can win 5 votes in an NFF election. There is not one of the names mentioned there that can win 5 votes out of the 41 or the 111 votes, depending on which side the Congress decide. Originally it's 41 or 44, sorry, and because they say they should add other people like civil defense and the rest of them because of Sunday Diary's agenda, it might go to 111. Any of those 2 bodies coming to vote, there is one of those names. I double dare them and I tell them to put me to shame. Every name mentioned, they will not win 5 votes. If they win 5 votes, I'll shut down my station. 5. They should come into this name mentioned, though. I'm not talking of names. All the names mentioned there. 5 votes. If they win 5 votes, 5, just 5. Even their own players, their own mates will not vote for them.
Maybe best to say why did the Drogba didn't get enough votes to?
How many votes he get? 1. So let's even leave the Drogba's own. First off, I want to start with Sani Shehu. Sani Shehu is a fantastic guy, very, very opinionated, a man who shoots from the hip like I do, and I respect him. And the fact that you're in the Senate does not mean you would know everything within the Senate, because there are different committees. The Senate is broken into different committees and subcommittees and other committees and the rest of them. I'm not a politician. I might also not know much about the Senate like he would know. But this is what I need him to understand, that Nigeria as it is today, since 1999 until today, there is not a single policy that drives sports in Nigeria. That's the most important thing. So even if all the ex-international are given, every state FA is run by an ex-international, the federations are run by ex-international, Nigerian football will still be in Kamato. So let's not even go there in the first place. There are no policy that support football. And I say this all the time and people think I'm joking. The national budget for the National Youth and Sports Ministry, 98% of it go to NYSC, because that is a part of the business where you cannot account for anything. There is no accountability in that department. Why am I saying so? You can't account for how many mangi they put in the pot of soup. You can't account for how many yards of khaki you buy to sew uniform. The most important thing that everybody wears uniform, and the market price is fluctuating every day. So you can just do something and manipulate your way out of it. But with football, with sports, there are certain things. Etiquette can be accounted for. Match bonuses can be accounted for. Whatever things you do, there are a lot of things that you can account for. Yeah. And Nigerians don't want things. Nigerians don't like accountability, because we were also raised across religious divide that were not responsible for anything. People who are not responsible for anything cannot account for anything. So first off, Nigerians have 2 people who are responsible for anything concerning us. One, when it goes bad, is the devil. When it goes well, is God. So we are not. We're caught in the middle of the road where you don't have to be accountable for anything. So that's what we take into our business practice, our everyday life, our politics, our national life. The NFF as it stands today is by law and interregnum. So before we say anything, I think that the people in politics should make sure that they do away, abrogate Decree 101 as fast as possible, and then allow the NFF to become an independent body that can sue and be sued, okay? And then let them sue for their sponsors. And then government, now what government does is development fund as a subvention, so that we know, okay, we want to build a stadium or want to renovate a stadium. Government will do that one and provide key outlines of maintainers and sustainers for that facility. But if you want to play your match, you go and fund it and find your sponsors for yourself. So all those interference that comes from government will no longer be there. If we sort all those ones out, maybe then we cannot talk about ex-players coming into the place.
Hello, my name is Sumaira. I am from Pakistan and you are watching Better TV Radio. Please subscribe. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Abdullah Wali. I'm from Pakistan, the #1 country in the world in cricket. You're watching Better Sports TV Radio. Please subscribe.
Another thing we need to understand is the NFF position is so, the NFF president position is so expensive that there is not. Our ex-footballers are broke. And then they don't have leverage as people think. They have what I call clout to be able to eat and feed their family and play a few novelty match here and there. They don't have, there is not a Super Eagles, there's not an ex-Super Eagles player that can dole out 400 million. It cost Amaju 400 million to become, it cost the Delta State government 400 million to become, for Amaju to become the president of the NFF for the first time in 2014. Let's not forget. So let's not sit here and think that that office is such a cheap one that anybody can just stroll in and is a laissez-faire, just walking past. No, there is a whole lot. Secondly, let's use Okocha as an example. I mean, it started with Okocha again. Yes, I'll start with him because it's one of the biggest names. The Shango Degmami is yesterday's people. So I don't even want to bring him into the conversation. He's run many times to be NFF president and he didn't get it. So this is not the time for me to discuss his case. It's my senior. Let me leave him there. But let's talk about Okocha a little bit. Okocha was the FA chairman of Delta State.
Yeah, remember.
He doesn't pick his call. If Okocha have that sickness, you want to serve the public and you are not reachable, call Amaju anytime. Aminu Megari, when he was there, call him anytime he will return your call. That's an attitude you first need. That is the thing that I'm talking about Nigerian players in the league. It's an attitude you need to first of all have. The day you decide that I want to be a public figure, you change some things. All those privacy said, you see, anybody can reach me on phone. Not because I want it, but because I put myself out there in public. When you become a public, call Ali Baba the comedian. Anytime he would, if he doesn't return your call because he's busy doing something, he would send you a message later. And that's the way it is. Okocha was the FA chairman for Delta State for 4 years. What did he do? Nothing. He killed every sport. Delta State was the most vibrant state when it comes to sports. I played FA Cup there. I coached FA Cup there. I was part of football in Delta State for a very long time. But when Amaju was there, we know what he did. Yeah. So when you mention these ex-players, you should also understand the fact that they are not fit, they are not competent, they don't have what it takes to lead an organization. They have been. I interviewed Edema Fuludu here, and he explained it perfectly well. Footballers have been led, shown the way, taught how to dress, taught what to wear, what color, what bus to enter. Everything about their life has been planned for them from when they started playing football till they retire. Now you want to put such responsibility on them. Only very few people like Samuel Eto'o. Very, very few of them can do it and do it very well. So let's not use Samuel Eto'o, who is an exception to the rule, to judge the general public. To run Nigerian football, you need to be an astute businessman who can open the doors of Coca-Cola, MTN, some of the biggest boardrooms, and walk in straight to the MD or the CEO and tell them, I need $5 million for sponsorship of the Eagles. I need this one for the sponsorship of the NFF to be able to do it. All of these guys, you think it's to say bet king, or to say, come on, stop that. To be carrying handbag for sports minister. These names that they mentioned, they can't be local government sports council chairman. They don't have what it takes. If they say they should run election in their state, they cannot win. So let's not mention them in a very highly exalted office that first of all they are not educated for.
Yeah.
You understand? They are not educated for. Academically, they can't sit in front of a board and answer questions accurately, aptly, and, define a pathway for Nigerian football. And you want them to run football in Nigeria in this state of comatose. It's like Nigeria election. We're coming for the general election next year. You think you want to hand over this country now into the hands of somebody who is a learner, who will learn on the job? Not too far deep in the mud. So I don't think that anybody should be mentioning those names. Those people should stay very far away. Those guys who are very happy to be giving $2,000 and to be excited and be laughing in here.
All right, Amaju's tenure comes to a close next month.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I'm proud of him that it's not coming for a third term. I knew that we were going to have serious issues. If
he came out to say some influencers have been pushing him to go for a third term, but he just have to, it's a no from him.
There's something we need to know. Amaju is a power block. Like him or hate him, the reality is in our face. Who else do you know in the history of Nigerian football since 1945 that have broken into the CAF and FIFA power circle the way it's done? Amaju is that guy. Is the one, The reggae artist said, "One, no God bless, no man can cause." He's the kind of guy that does things that people never thought possible. Amaju single-handedly changed to CAF president. Issa Hayatu and Ahmad Ahmad.
Yeah.
So this is not a guy you toy with in the political space of business. But at the same time, Nigerian football have been terrible in the last 8 years. Am I putting all of the blames on him? No. But everything rise and fall on leadership. So he's the leader. He's the one who's unfortunate to be at the helm of affair at a time when Nigerian government turned its back on sports in Nigeria. And that's why it's not only football, because athletics has also been in comatose. Tennis has been bad. Swimming, boxing, wrestling, basketball that we thought was on the rise again have just been, raped and thrown into the gutters. So Amaju is not president of those federations. We went to the Olympics, we wore Afar. We went to the Commonwealth Game, the World Championship, we won a Nike kit that is not done by Nike. Okay, and Nigerian name was not properly spelled. So you look at how bad things are. So you look at it generally that, hey, in the general divide of Nigeria, everything is bad. But for him to say he wants to stand for a third term, I know we would have had a showdown. He's my friend, he's my brother. I would always be by him. But I know that the third term would have affected that relationship. I begged him, I've told him, guy, let it be. Let somebody else come and try. The person might be lucky. The next government that will come in might just fall in love with sports. Okay? So, no big deal. It's like INC not living in Yimba. INC was there when they won the Champions League back-to-back, won the league 7 times, right? But now they can't win again. You know why? Because it's not getting the financial backing that Ochikalu used to give. The same tactics, the same man, the same employment strategy, the same campaign strategy. But unfortunately, they can't even qualify for the continent. You know why? Finance is not there. When I was growing up, my mom used to say, soup is sweet, now better money cook up. Iron on the float for water, now because of money where they put. It's as simple as that.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.